Glorious, absolutely glorious. A little bit close to the path for my liking. Look at that sun getting low in the sky. I'll take that every day of the week. Hello YouTube. It is an absolutely glorious day today here in the Lake District. 24 Celsius on the drive over, the hottest day of the year so far. And I'm out at Whinlatter. I managed to get a park just at the bottom of this path. And you can see I'm just walking through the forest. We've got some mountains, looking through the trees, and we're following the path up there, and we're heading up to summit Whinlatter. I've done a lot of the mountains around here: Lord's Seat, Bath, Broomfell, Greystones, but I haven't actually done Whinlatter, so I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to do so. Busy couple of weeks coming up. I'm off work now, and in the morning when I get home I'm heading down to Weymouth to visit family. Back on Wednesday, working on Thursday, and then Friday is the Heriot Way. So yeah, pretty action-packed couple of weeks coming up, but with weather like this, the perfect opportunity to squeeze a last wild camp in. And so far it's a lovely walk up through this forest. Nice clear path. We've got some bird song, grass is starting to look lush and green. And as always, it's great to have you all join me on a wild camp. And if you're a new viewer at the channel, welcome to a Cumbrian Lad Outdoors. Got a few mountain bikers there. This area is very popular for them. There is a track out here. That's the path I've been following, and I will be going that way. But we've hit the first viewpoint. It's not bad, is it? Great view on Derwent Water and Keswick. And it is a little bit hazy today, but not as bad as we've had recently. You can see an awful lot further. It is baking hot. Like I say, absolutely belter of a day for it. Just at that viewpoint, we've got the Gruffalo just there. And it's a sharp left here. After taking that sharp left by the viewpoint, you walk up that track and it comes to what looks like a dead end with a gate on it. And there's a sharp right, a little tiny bit rocky at the bottom, but you follow the path up and then hang a left. That's us out the woodland now, and we've got a cracking view of Grisdale Pike, and I can see people right on the summit. And the path just continues straight ahead. We're on a nice little bit of undulating flat at the moment. I think over there somewhere is Bath. That must be Lord's Seat. And wherever these white puffy ball things are, they are absolutely thriving in among that heather. Look at this here. White of the flowers, deep purple of the heather, green of the grass, and the heat of the sun. What a day for it. We have in fact hit already the summit of Whinlatter. Just been talking to that lovely couple there on the summit. Great views all around. Skidder Little Man and Skidder, Blencathra, Lord's Seat, Broomfell as we've already mentioned. And Greystones just round the corner. But just there is my destination, and that is Brown How, and that is the summit that Mr. Wainwright tagged as the summit for this wild camp. It is ever so slightly lower. I think off the top of my head, Whinlatter summit is about 525. If it's any different, I'll put it on the screen. And Brown How is around about the 515, something like that. Once again, if that is any different, I'll pop it up on the screen for you. And as you can see there, we've just got a bit of meandering up and down, and it's straight at the summit from here. We are just about at the summit now. Beautiful views. Greystones is just in view now, and here we go. We can see Whinlatter, Brown How. Oh, done and boshed it, mate. Another one off the list. Woo! Looking really hazy out towards the sea, over towards West Cumbria. looking right at Grisdale Pike and back the way we came. Glorious, absolutely glorious. And it's only 1:30, so it's taken me less than an hour to get up here. I said it was about 3 miles. I think the watch might have been a little bit wrong in this instance. Either that or I've set a really good pace. This windbreak is right on the path, and there is probably room to set the tent up there. A little bit close to the path for my liking, unless I leave it really late to be setting up. Obviously I'm going to be away early, so what I'm going to do now is have a little bit of a wander around the local area, see if I can find any other options for pitching the tent. Well, I've found myself an absolutely banging little pitch for the night. You can see just over there the path that I've been following, and the summit is just up there, and the path continues down that way, but I've doubled back on myself, gone off piste, and there is a little bit of a breeze up top, but here there's just the gentlest of breeze, and it's lovely and flat. Look at that. And I'll be out of sight, out of mind as well. But for now, I'm going to wander myself back up to the summit. I'm going to set the chair up. I've got 6 Heineken Zeros with me, and I'm going to enjoy 2 or 3 of them, sat on the summit, enjoying the views. Cheers everyone. I'm absolutely living the dream at the minute. Other than one person coming up to take a few quick photos, so far I've had the summit to myself. Still absolutely glorious, although that wind has picked up a little bit. I'm going to have to be careful I don't burn. I have got the cap in the bag. And watch the old baldy napper. You can probably see the camera's getting blown around a little bit, but it's still warm. And I'm on my 2nd alcohol-free beer. And I think once I've finished this, I am going to drop back down to where I'm going to be camping. There is a big lull in the wind down there, so I can get myself a bit more settled down there, I think. Well, it's just about 6:30, and I'm getting peckish. So I've had the jet boil on for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to have my tea outside before I set the tent up. Why not? You will notice I've got the cap and the jumper on, not because I'm getting cold, but because I started to feel my head and my arms start to burn a little bit. We've got Malaysian pork peanut satay with spicy noodles. This one's been in the freezer for a little bit, so I thought I'd better get it used up. Oh, just a job. Although it is rather warm. There is a little breeze has picked up, just a little breeze. Nothing that's going to bother me. If anything, it's nice and cooling. And with the skies being so clear, I really do have my fingers crossed for an awesome sunset too. And I'm completely out the way here. Even when I was sat on the summit, I haven't seen anyone for ages. I had one girl come up, a bloke and his dog, and an older couple, and then it's the last people I've seen. And certainly where I am here, I'm completely hidden from view. So once I've had my tea, I'm going to think about getting the tent set up. It's almost 8 o'clock and I've not seen anyone for hours. Just been sitting out chilling, and I suddenly realised what time it was, and the fact that I haven't switched the camera on for ages. So I've got the tent up, I've had the drone up. So let's show you around camp for the evening. The sun is dipping, you can see we're getting some long shadows now. Great views over the mountains around us. We've already gone through what they're called. Not sure whether the camera will pick it up, but I can see right across the Solway to Scotland. And look at that sun getting low in the sky, reflecting off the ocean. Absolutely marvellous. As discussed, next Friday I start the Heriot Way, and I was wanting to use as little equipment as I was going to be using on that walk as possible. Tonight I'm in the Nightcat 2-person ultralight trekking pole tent. The only bits of kit I've got with me tonight that I'm taking on the walk is my jet boil, my pillow and my sleeping bag. So I've brought the sea to summit because on the walk I'm trying to save space in my rucksack and a bit of weight, so I'm going to be using the Climate. You've already seen I've had my tea. For breakfast I've got a Wayfarer's beans and sausage that I had lying around. Tactical Duck is guarding the coffee cup for morning. If you know, you know. And that's pretty much it. I've got my down jacket just in case it does get a bit nippy in the morning. And you can see I've got the Nightcat 50 litre rucksack in the opposite vestibule. Now if you are looking for a budget tent and rucksack, honestly you can't go far wrong with the Nightcat tent and rucksack. The rucksack is serving me really well as a mid-range size rucksack. However, because I've upgraded to the Durston X Mid 2 Pro, this tent is up for sale. It's on Facebook Marketplace. I will put a link in the description, as is my scarp, so I'll also put a link to that in as well if anyone's interested. But for tonight, the Nightcat is my home for the night, and I think this is just about the best pitch I've ever had with it. Because there's no wind at all now, and there's no rain overnight, I've got it at full height for full ventilation. You can see she's lovely and taut. That's a cracking view of the sun on the water, that, with the tent. And that's the view I've got out the tent door. I'll take that every day of the week. I reckon we've got about an hour, maybe, before that sun starts to set proper. And it's going to set, as I see it, over the ocean. So we'll get a proper sunset, no false sunsets behind mountains or anything like that. So, like I say, fingers crossed for an absolute cracker. And to top it all off, I've got the entire place to myself. So I've got complete solitude tonight. Well, the sun is past the horizon now. And as I thought it would be, it was an absolutely cracking sunset over the ocean. And it has cooled down a little bit, but it's far from cold. Just this jumper's enough. We've got some fowl birds just croaking away in the background there. You probably heard that. And looking out the tent, you can just see the tail end of the sunset colours. It's 9:10 and it's been an absolutely awesome camp so far. Like I say, I've just been sat out for hours just taking it all in, just the way I like it. But it's time for me to get my head down. I'll be up at first light. As I've been saying in recent videos, this time of year is coming into my timeline, so I'm waking up only just before or just after the sun rises, so that's perfect for me. I'll be up at the crack of dawn, get some breakfast on, tent will be down, and I'll be away home. So enjoy the footage I've got for you overnight, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. It's about 4:30 in the morning. The wind has picked up overnight and we've just got the start of a sunrise outside. Tent is holding strong. A little bit of flapping along that top ridge line. Yeah, everything's looking good this morning. I reckon we're probably up at about 20 mile an hour gusts outside. But the wind is actually quite warm. It's not cold at all. I have put the down jacket on just to stop any kind of wind chill once I get up and about. So I'm happy with about 6.5 hours keep inside the tent last night. Let's get some breakfast on. Oh, that's better. It surprised me just how much that wind's picked up in the early hours. When I got up for a wee, it was blustering around quite hard. At least it's a warm wind, we'll take that. Make sure that rubbish doesn't blow away as well. Just a little snack this morning, it's not a Yeti brekkie like I say. I had the Wayfarer's beans and sausage just ligging about at home, so I thought I'd get it used up. All the dehydrated stuff I've got at home I need for Heriot Way. Which I'm very much looking forward to, by the way. Weather forecast looking really good, fingers crossed. Potential for a few showers, but pretty much it looks like the weather that we had yesterday, which I'm really pleased about. Be nice to get a break on a multi-day hike. To be fair, Hadrian's Wall wasn't too bad, a bit windy. But yeah, fingers crossed that we get some really nice weather for the 4 days. And because my porch is relatively flat, while my food was warming up, I've been able to make a start packing up inside the tent. So once I've finished my food, I'll be able to get everything torn down and get myself away at first light. Well, that's almost the end for yet another wild camp. The tent is packed up and I'm almost ready to head back to the car. That's where I had the tent last night. I've made sure there's nothing left behind there. That's my rucksack ready to go, with the rubbish in the top compartment. So as always, and as it should be, I'll be leaving no trace. Just got to walk up that bank there, along, up and over that hump there, back to the car. And as you can see, we've got a lovely sunrise, the backside of Skidder this morning. Very hazy over the Solway towards Scotland and out towards sea over the west coast. And that breeze this morning is a little bit chilly, but it is a refreshing change not to be absolutely freezing packing the tent away. Right, I'm going to get that rucksack on and start the trip back to the car. I've hit Whinlatter summit in double quick time this morning, so it's taken us about 5 minutes to get here. Just looking back, I was camped somewhere about there. Keswick's just popped into view. With them sunrise colours, it looks absolutely beautiful this morning. Ooh. Now I've got over the top of Whinlatter, that wind's picked up a little bit more. I'm hoping as I dip down to and enter Whinlatter Forest, it'll back off a little bit. I'm just about to re-enter Whinlatter Forest and I was right, the wind has dropped to virtually nothing here. Just got the sunrise colours poking through the trees there. And once again we've got some lovely bird song for the walk through the forest back to the car. I do enjoy that in the morning this time of year. And it's only taken us 20 minutes to get here, and I reckon another 10 minutes and I'll be back at the car. So the descent on this one is much quicker than the ascent. Like I say, I think it was just less than an hour it took me to get to the top, which isn't a big hike. Double quick time back to the car this morning. Trees are looking very mossy and green on the bark. The little light green buds appearing. And on the way back, I thought I'd pop in and see my old mate, the Gruffalo. He's not got a bad view. Looks like we've had some kids making shelters and stuff, which is really cool to see. Not a bad little viewpoint this morning, this. and as it happens, the perfect place to sign the video off. Thank you all very much for joining me in this one. I hope, as always, you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.